a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest, there ain't no way I'm ever stopping.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
I'm always flirting with pain, she like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me. But they hate from inside, you see, hate themselves in society. So I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest of go-getters.
Never stop, I'll get it if I
Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here today, as we're back here for the Chicago Bears podcast, Bear Down podcast. As we, of course, in this series, these episodes like this, we take a look here at the numbers of the Bears, and of course, take a look at some of the players, as well as we take a quick look around the NFL, and I, of course, give you guys my take of the season so far. Here we're 5 games in, and the team is actually looking pretty nice right now. Caleb's playing very well right now. We'll see his numbers here in just a bit, but for the most part here, we've been playing really good football, and I can't really complain about too many big things. You know, one of the main concerns was obviously passing. We got to make sure we stay on top of that, make sure we don't throw picks like we did early on in the season. Of course, you know, that was growing pains for him, and of course he's, you know, kind of overcome that. Of course, you know, we're still, you know, he's still going to get an interception at some point here this season. But so far in these first 5 games, he's has 13 touchdowns right now. He's completed 63% of his passes. He's well over 1,000 yards here. I almost say he could be a 4,000 yard passer here this year, which would be great. Especially the way how he's been playing as of late. But yeah, he's been sacked 8 times here. The line's actually been protecting him pretty well here. You know, we got some new guys on the line here that we picked up in the free agency, as well as picking up, you know, in the draft. And we're looking at even some more better offensive linemen for next season. We got a couple right now that we're looking at. Possibly in the next video, we'll have when we have another podcast video. We'll once we get some more better numbers and look at some more offensive linemen, we'll have maybe a video about that. But of course, the biggest thing, I guess, on our plate here this year is how we're going to deal with the running game, as DeAndre Swift's going to be out for the remainder of the season with an injury. There you see 221 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns for him. But Johnson actually did a great job here since then. He had a big 200-yard, almost a 250 game against the Rams 2 episodes ago. And so he's been doing a great job there. 7 touchdowns for him. Homer's been also doing a great job there. He's had a couple of decent games for us, but right now 62 yards on 18 carries. 2 rushing touchdowns for him. And of course, Caleb had a couple of runs as well. Receiving wise, of course, Roman Dunze stepping up to that plate as the wide receiver number 1. And of course, Cole Clement's helping him out there with 561 yards, receiving touchdowns. Roman Dunze, 500 yards right now at the moment, with 5 touchdowns for underneath his belt. DJ Moore, of course, the veteran. I want to get to him a little more often as well, but he has 356 right now, 4 touchdowns for him in the pass and with the receivers there. And one of our young wide receivers there, Tyler Scott, his second year here in the NFL, 139 yards and a touchdown for him. He came off from our practice squad there this season, or from last season actually, and playing really well here in season 2 here. There you see our numbers there from our linemen, from blocking, sack numbers there. Jones giving up 3 sacks there for the season. And of course our defense has been doing very well, and that's one of the things I'm really proud of so far here in season 2, is that we're starting to have more of a presence in the defensive side of the ball things. I want that aggression. I want that kind of that mentality that the Bears had back in the day, which the Bears are really known for their rough and tough defense. And of course we're kind of getting that here with Edwards, Edmonds, Baker, and Brister there in the secondary position. Of course, we're also currently working on our defensive line as well, as there's a couple of defensive players that I'm looking at to try to draft this upcoming draft. I will see at the end of the season. Excuse me. But Gordon, Stevenson, and Johnson doing a great job in the corner position there. We're rotating those guys often. Owens is doing a great job there in that secondary as a strong safety who has been playing very well for us. And I'm hoping to see more from him. And of course, there you see our rookie from Mississippi State there, Danny Hill. He's a day 1 starter, of course, and there you see his numbers. And of course, they're not big numbers at all, but I think over the course of the season, I think each game he's getting better and better. And I think by the end of the season, he's going to be definitely a household name and definitely a wrecking ball here when it comes to up against offensive linemen. So there you see our sack leaders right now are Baker and Edmonds, with both with 2 apiece. Actually, no, Edwards has 3. And of course there are fumbles, fumble recoveries there. Dontez Sweat has 2 already. He had a big one, and of course that touchdown there in the Rams game that we seen 2 episodes ago there. So defensively, like I said, we got to, obviously there's some areas we need to work in position wise. We're looking at a couple of defensive linemen for next season. Because I feel like I think for the most part, I think our linebacks are pretty much locked in for. We don't have to worry about redoing contracts or anything like that for the next year or next 2 years or so. We got a couple of guys that we have in for this upcoming free agency period, but we'll try to get those guys signed here very, very soon. I'm actually in the midst of trying to figure out who those guys are going to be, but. Overall, this has been a great time for the Bears here, and like I said, we're hopefully gonna get better and get stronger here, and hopefully this bye week here, that we have a bye week very early here. We're in week 6 now. Hopefully this is not going to be a setback for us. Usually some teams want to have their bye week in kind of the middle of the season, somewhere around that week 10, week 11. But we get ours pretty early here, so I'm really hoping that we can come out flying again as we get ready to host the Cowboys. And there you see, speaking of the Cowboys, there, Dak Prescott, 1,457 yards, 16 touchdowns there 14 touchdowns for him, a couple of interceptions, but we're right there, leading the pack in receiving, passing yards, and of course in receiving yards as well. Mahomes has 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Prescott 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Fields has 14 and 7. And like I said, you guys can pause the video there and check out those numbers there. If there's a particular player that you want me to kind of look at, or you want to see some numbers from them in this second season of this series, let me know down below in the comments section, and I will definitely look that up for you guys. And let you guys know what they're doing so far at this point, or when this video does come out. If it happens to be later on, let me know, and I will definitely let you guys know what your team's up to here. We'll see those standings here in just a bit, but yeah, it looks like a lot of the players here, the older players, are kind of winding down their careers. And Rodgers, surprising enough, is still here playing. Maybe not as Roger-esque, but he's definitely doing a good job here. And Michael Penix Jr., he's one of those just taking the league by storm. Same thing with Jalen Daniels. They're doing a great job. And of course, like I said, I'm going to try to get a third season in here, because I kind of want to see what happens in year 3 with some of the players that we've drafted. Because we're only 1 draft class in. We'll be 2 by the time we get to season 3. But there you see some of the numbers there for the running backs as well. And like I said, it hurt my heart. I mean, it hurt my heart when I found out that Swift is going to be taken out, and it was because of a hip issue. And then surprisingly, he popped back out of nowhere, popped in a game there with the Rams. I'm like, wait a minute, he should be sitting on the IR. Like, why is he in the game? I could have sworn I said yes to put him on the IR, but apparently after that game, I looked in and I'm like, what? He's not in the IR? I'm like, how? But regardless, he should be in there, because that's a serious injury. Like, he should be on crutches. But yeah, I don't know. This game, it's weird. It's weird. I have injuries on and everything. I have the injury slider up some. I normally have around 20, but this time I looked at Matt 10's latest sliders, and I decided he has it like at 25. I put it at 23. So that's why we got those injuries. And so far I've seen pretty good, some pretty reasonable injuries here, and it's decent. It's not crazy. I've seen other people put it on around that 25, even 24, and I've seen some really crazy injuries. But we've been it's football. You gotta want to see those injuries and have to deal with that diversity of losing that key player or key players on your team. So it's mildly tamed and whatnot. It's not too crazy and whatnot. I know I wish one of the features I wish they had in this game, I don't know if they may have it here. Maybe I just hadn't really looked into it, but I know in MLB The Show they have a way where you can kind of mess around with the injuries, and of course like in my series, well, actually both my series, they're here on this channel. Definitely go check it out. It's the Boston Red Sox franchise, as well as on the second channel we have the Chicago Cubs series. You can manipulate the injuries. I have a lot of the real life pitchers and players in those 2 series there with their real life counterpart, kind of with their similar injuries as their real life counterparts have. And it's been kind of interesting seeing a lot of teams are really struggling right now. I know that in both those series, the Yankees are really kind of struggling some because they don't have some of their key players there. They're out for a while, and so yeah, it's I don't know if I don't think Madden has that here, but that'd be one kind of a feature I would like to. You can manipulate the especially if you want it close to real life, and which I try to do, and someone in this series or someone in my series that I have like this in Madden is kind of keep it close to the realistic injuries and stuff like that with players. But I think overall the slider set that I'm working with right now, like I said, from Matt 10, there should be a link down below to his Operation Sports thread. He updates it quite often there, and you guys can definitely go check it out and check out. Not to mention, go to his YouTube channel. He has a great YouTube channel that tells you what these slider sets are valued and why they're valued that way. I definitely follow him on that kind of stuff to add some realism to the series, but at the same time I throw a little fun into the slider sets that I have that I've customized myself. So I kind of use a combination of my own and of course obviously his to have a pretty exciting series. But as you take a look here, looking at some defensive numbers there, and of course we got a couple of guys there in the hunt of in the early on aspects of things. And of course, I don't really like to get into too many numbers, and especially 5 games in. The team's still kind of gelling, doing pretty well for themselves here. And of course, a lot of these players that I mentioned already, they could easily, kind of fade in the background there here in the season if we're getting, into, week 10 or we're getting week 15. They'll start fading away, and you'll see new faces pop up here. But, with our team, we're doing really well here. Last year, the only loss we had was against the Packers, which was at home for us. And, it was a good game. It was a back and forth game. And of course, Packers just, had the upper hand on us and were able to do some good things there and get themselves set up for that win. But of course, we got our revenge on them, and we were able to take them out and got a nice win. So, I'm expecting that, our division games will be really tough. We just had one with the Vikings where JJ played pretty well there. Obviously he was down by 2 possessions in the final drive there, the last 2 minutes of the game, try to come back. But, we did a great job there, so as best as we could to stop them. And for the most part, I'm really proud of the guys doing that here. So, like I said, for the most part, this season's been played very well. Excuse me. But for the most part here, it's been played very well. They are, trying to do their best here on the field, and they're doing their best. And like I said, the offensive line, you got to give their hats off to them. With some new faces there, especially with 2 young, starters that we have on that line. Oliver, our center, and our left tackle, I can't remember his name exactly. They've been doing very well, coming in and getting plugged in there on that line and really showing off what they can do here. Of course, we should be finding out what their dev traits are here pretty soon here. I would imagine they're getting close to those 500 snaps for the season here. So I would say probably the next 2 to 3 games we should be finding out what those overall snaps are. So excuse me, as we get to the stats portions here of the episode here, we'll take a look here. Offensive yards, we're in first place with 2,388. 18th in defensive yards with 1,646. First place in the league right now with points scored, 217 points. And then 7th in points allowed with only 113 in the league. As for offensive side of things here, really total yards gained 2,896. As we take a look here, we're just kind of scanning. You guys can pause the video and check those out, but just letting you know the rankings we're in right now with those in total offensive yards, 2,388. We're in first place in passing yards with 1,591 yards, at least after week 5, going to week 6 here. And then, of course, total yards, 797. Passing touchdowns, we have 13. We're 5th place. And then in first place, we're in rushing yards, touchdowns, we have 16. So doing a great job there. I like seeing that. And then defensively, yards allowed, 15th place with 1,646, which is nice. That means we're on the bottom half of that. So we're not giving up too many yardage here, being stingy to that, which I like seeing. Passing yards allowed 1,290, 296th place, 30th place in rushing yards allowed. We're only giving up 356 yards for the season so far. 25th place in points allowed, only giving up 113, which is nice, which I mentioned earlier before. And of course, 6th place in sacks, or QB sacks, 13 right now. So we have not let too many teams get to our quarterback here, which I'm really liking that being the case here for us. And of course, interceptions there, we only have 5 so far this season. Of course, we got to try to get that number up. Last year, I think we were in the top 5 there in interceptions. And then, of course, in conversions here, we'll take a look at some of the conversion numbers as well. First place in third down conversions. Third place, we're in third right now with third down attempts. Second place in third down percentage, where I believe we're at a little over 50%. So we're definitely doing a lot done there on the field when it comes to conversions on third downs, which is great. First and fourth down conversions, we're taking more chances on those fourth down conversions, of course, also in it as well. As that means we're also doing well at attempts. Penalty yards there, you see we're only getting 5 penalties for 50 yards so far this season, by far the best in the NFL right now. So we're not getting penalized as opposed to many other teams who are getting penalized. The worst team right now, the Titans, 32 penalties for 291 yards this season so far. So they're not that disciplined there on the field. You need discipline, as Carby would say. And then, of course, we take a look here at some turnovers as well. And then you see, like I said, we have not been turning the ball over, which is always nice. As we now would look at the record right now. And of course, we're the only team undefeated. We're the last team standing undefeated, and that kind of scares me now because, ideally, in an ideal world, you want to go undefeated. That's always nice. But at the same time, you're like, okay, that loss is coming, but who is that loss going to be coming from? And I always say, if a loss happens, it better be a team that I don't get to see too often. So it better be somebody outside. One, it better be somebody from the American Conference, American Football Conference, and it better be a team that is, like they happen to just be hot, mildly hot, mildly warm right now, and playing really good, and they just happen to, this was their week to, get one off of us. And I would just, it has to be a close win, or, a close loss, I guess, a healthy loss for us to kind of reset things and get things going. Now, obviously, you don't want to lose to your division. I mean, really true, you don't want to lose to anybody, but, ideally, you're going to lose to somebody. And really true, you don't want to lose to other people within your division. So, I know that loss is going to come up soon. Hopefully, it's not going to be bad. But hopefully we're not going to give up a win here. And of course, right now, the winless team right now are the Lions. So the Lions need to hurry up and get a win, because I'm not going to give a win to them at all whatsoever. They're going to have to earn that win against me if they want it. So there you see, right now we're 5-0 in our division. Packers are 3-2. Vikings are 1-4. And of course, the Lions, like I said, are dead last as they are 0-5. And so I would thought after that loss against us, back in, was it week 1 or 2 or something like that, the way they were playing, you would think, okay, they'll be picking up wins. But no, they're still struggling. Now, Cowboys, we'll be playing the Cowboys coming up in this next episode. Right now, they're currently tied. There's a three-way tie, 3-2 in the NFC East. So I'm almost thinking this is going to be a game that's going to be a pain in the butt for us, because the Cowboys are going to try to do their best to stay and float and try to stay on pace with the other two teams there. Rams right now, right in the same situation with the Seahawks and 49ers, tied 3-2, with the Cardinals being the outlier there at 1-4. So to take a look here at the first mock draft of the season, and of course, if the season ended today, like I said, Lions would get the first pick. So this is with the mock draft, the talking heads out there, as I like to call them, the ones that you see on ESPN, always talking like they know everything. This is what they projected, the projected rounds of the players here in our upcoming draft here. And of course, we'll see. I've been looking at some of these players here, and so far, now the player we're looking for us to draft pick this year is going to be offensive lineman. So far, when I was looking down this list, I don't see any guards, or at least left guards here. Max Winters is the right guard there. He's projected to be a late first round, early second round guy. I looked at his number, look at his thing so far here. He is on my favorites list right now. But yeah, we're looking for a left guard so far. The top left guard, he is going to be in the first to second, or that late first round, early second round pick. And I'll show you guys who that guy is in a future video. But as you take a look here, we got one of our we got two players here asking us for whatever reason. This is a weird one. I've never had this one. Let me know if you had this one before. But we had to pick event to go to, either go to Dexter charity event or go to Billings charity event. Now, I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, I would like to go to both. I'm not, but in some ways, I feel like when they were asking this question, I'm like, okay, are they trying to see if I have favoritism for one of them? Because both of them have been doing great on the line there for us, on the defensive line. So we decided to go with Dexter, because Dexter I've been actually playing really well with, locking with, in game wise, playing as him and getting to the quarterback there. So we decided to go with him. And of course, he wants me to show up to this event and whatnot. And I just basically tell them they're not here to see me. They're there to see you. Appreciate showing going to the event, but and that's not going to be the case here. So if I remember correctly, I think I picked they want to see an entertainer and not me. So if I remember correctly, I think that's the one I picked. And so Dexter, will see his response to this, but let me know what I'm hoping that at least recently here they just had they kind of talked about some of the new stuff in Madden 26. I'm hoping they'll have better interactions like this compared to this year or last year's game. Hopefully this year's game will be a lot more better, because these were ridiculous, especially the ones during preseason. Asking, hey coach, would you think different about me and then it'd be something random. It's like, okay, like, why are we talking about this? But there you see the first 5 weeks there. Lions, we beat them 55-35. Beat the Ravens 35-16. Browns on the road there. That was a nice Thursday night game. And that's the other thing. We've been playing a lot of Thursday night games. And of course, week 7, we'll have a Thursday night game here because we're taking on the Cowboys. So a lot of primetime games here, and hey, we've been taking advantage of it. We've been showing off, doing very well there, showing the nation what we can do, and how the Bears franchise is starting to turn that corner here. But we'll see how things go coming up. And of course, there you see that trade offer again for Brown. I look at the trade offers again. I look at them every single time they come up, and he's not on the trading block. That's the thing. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, what is going on? Why do you guys keep wanting me to trade him? And I'm like, no, we're not trading him. Like, he's one of our best, like one of the best tackles that I have right now on our team. So we're not trading him. No, there's no. And so far, all the trades I've looked at for offers, I'm like, no. So coming up in the next video, which will be out here in the next day or next 2 days or so, we'll have this game here. Of course, the Cowboys 4-2. They're red hot right now, leading the NFC East, and we'll see what we can do as we're currently leading the NFC North. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Put our undefeated streak on the line here. Cowboys, Dak Prescott, and them are going to be showing up to Soldier Field here. Try to see if they can get a nice primetime win over Caleb Williams and the Bears coming up in the next video. So if you guys, of course, enjoyed today's video, and of course, you want to know more about the Bears, want to know some other things going on with the team, let me know down below in the comment section. Or if you want to know about something about one of your favorite players or teams out there and what's going on in this series so far with them, let me know as well down below in the comment section. Of course, stay tuned for more here on the channel, and of course, don't forget our second channel over on ESGNet, as we got a nice mission recondition series with the Jacksonville Jaguars over there. You don't want to miss that out at all. It's been a lot of fun playing that series as well, simming that and putting that team together. So definitely stay tuned for that and go check it out over there on the second channel over on ESGNet. There's a link down below for those series as well as past series, and of course a link to that channel here on YouTube. But that's it for me. Bears fans, bear down. Let's get ready for week 7 as we get ready for another primetime game on Thursday night as the Bears taking on the Cowboys. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Keep yourselves together healthy, and I will see you all next time.